Here we are for another episode of The Wedding Frame, and I have the most special guest to me, and that is my mom. Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Mom, thank you for being on my
Of
podcast.
course.
I just really enjoy having someone here with me, and who else than the person I'm the most comfortable with and the person that I've always looked up to. You are inspirational to me because since I was little, I saw you do it all, and I've just always admired this of you. You and my dad have always had such amazing work ethic, but you had to take care of three of us kids and you were still able to work, and you just made it all look so easy. What was it?
Like I tell other people when they say, "Oh my God, you have 3 kids," and I'm like, "It's not like they threw them all 3 at me at the same time." You adjust over time. But yes, it was, enjoyable. The crazy moments, well, you get through those, and then otherwise, you just enjoy your children, the 3 different personalities that I had.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know what you're talking about because my two kids have very different personalities
Right.
too, and I'm like, whoa! Like my little boy, as you know, Nico. I still say I don't know how to deal with boys, and I've had a boy for 10 years, so it's definitely a little bit more of a challenge. Although I hear that girls become a challenge as they get older.
They they become a challenge.
Yeah. So, Mom, you were a court reporter. That was your lifelong career. You just retired.
Yes, I did.
And for those of you who don't know exactly what a court reporter is, the old-fashioned term would be stenographer, court stenographer, right?
Right.
And you worked in court. And so anyway, I followed in your footsteps. That's how much I looked up to you.
Which came as a total surprise to me, but I was also, very happy that you were gonna go the same route that I took, which was part-time as your children were growing up.
Let me just go back. So court reporting, stenography, it's we're typing what people say in the courtroom or in law firms when there's a deposition. We're typing really fast on a special machine called the steno machine. And yes, you're able to do it in a freelance capacity, or then you went to court and started working full time. And I remember you tried to convince me to work full time. And I said, no, I'm going to have a family one day. I like the flexibility of working freelance. So so now with my photography business, I've been self employed since I was 21, 20, no, yeah,
Yeah,
21,
yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I mean that photography took over and court reporting went on the back burner because I much more enjoy photography, which came as a surprise to me because I still think I'm pretty left brained. I've always liked math and like busy work, never creative stuff.
Right.
But did you ever think I would become a photographer?
No, never. I was so happy when you became a court reporter and you did so well. I always said you were a better court reporter than myself. And then when you, started taking photographs, of your daughter, of Lucia, and then I saw how people were gravitating toward your pictures in order to sell off their product, their garments that they were selling online.
Oh yes, because I started photographing my daughter when she was a baby and a toddler for shops to sell their boutique clothing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's when I saw, "Oh my gosh, this girl has talent." And who would ever have discovered that except you? And thank goodness it started with your daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. And really, the only reason I picked up a professional camera was because Costco started selling them. Yeah. Who would have thought? And I never, ever, never imagined that I would have any kind of creative career. Like you've always enjoyed taking pictures. And I feel like,
Mhm.
yeah. And you've always had a photographer's eye. And you probably don't even know it. But every time I've handed you, even now, like my cell phone, I'm like, wow, this looks amazing. It's composed super well. And so, did you realize that about yourself?
No, I just obviously had the old equipment to, work with, but I knew that when I would
Wait,
line
mom, what's the old equipment?
oh, the old little digital camera. The little digital cameras
The
that
little
they
like
had.
in shot camera. But
Yeah, the
then
little
when
ones.
we were growing up, it was the like the Kodak film,
Yeah, that's what it
right?
was, yeah. But I knew that when I was angling you all on the circular stairway that I had to get the last person I knew how to line them up for some reason. I just knew, and I loved my pictures. And I guess that's what just kept me taking pictures of everyone. Plus, it's, when you take pictures, you're also, telling the story that's behind the person. For example, when you're traveling and you're taking a picture of someone, then all of a sudden that restaurant name pops up and you're like, "Oh, remember after the picture we went in there and then we had ice cream," and all these memories just start flowing and you have a total conversation just from that one picture.
Yeah.
And that's why I like picture taking also.
And you were always good about, putting all of the pictures in albums and, having those keepsakes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's always been very important to you, and now, when people have passed away, like my grandparents, like, it's so important, and that I think that's part of the reason I love weddings is because, you're really freezing these memories,
Yeah.
and a lot of people do say, like, "Oh, that was the last picture with my grandpa," or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Plus, like, everyone's just so happy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, one of the most important lives of a couple's life. Wait, one of the most important events of a couple's life. So I think like that's why I got into weddings. But I really am surprised that I have because with weddings, you really have to be it, you're getting attention. Like people are looking to you to direct them. You're having to organize a big group and everyone's staring at me and mom, do you remember how unbearably shy I was? I don't even know how did this happen?
I don't know. I guess people mature and then they surround themselves by more people and it just all adds up. And before you know it, it comes together the maturity and having been exposed to more people. And it just works out. Well, in your favor, it totally worked out because
Yeah.
I know people when they're going to choose a photographer and let's say there's 3 or 4 photographers who have the equal value or whatever you want to consider them and they interview you, they're going to choose someone like you, and I know that's why they do, because of the 4 equals they're going to choose someone who brings calmness, that just brings them confidence, and that they know you're going to be able to set the mood as for we're being calm, we're gonna have an an enjoyable day.
Enjoyable day.
But, that's very important too, and I know that's what you have in your personality, and I know that's why they choose you over 2 or 3 others if you're all 2 or 3 equal.
Oh, I really appreciate that because I do tell that to the newer photographers that have, asked me what would set them apart.
Mhm.
And that really is it because a lot of us are very talented with
Sure.
the technical side of things. And your personality is everything, especially when you're with the couple, you're by their side all day. So I really love that you noticed that. And
Absolutely.
you know why you noticed that is because you actually assisted me
Yeah.
on a wedding. My mom has been wanting to you've been wanting to, like, even second shoot with me.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm just like you and you're just like me. Like, I've always loved weddings, and I think that's why why you wanna come with me. You wanna see all the beautiful decor,
Oh, yes.
people watch.
Oh, yeah. I'm a people watcher and I love to sit back. And perhaps that as a court reporter, that's one thing I always did, especially when I was in court all those years. I love sitting back and catching everyone's reactions, their facial gestures, and just things that nobody else sees. But as a court reporter and as a photographer, especially, you capture everything. In your case, you have to correct them and you have to say, no, 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 face this way. But me, I just sit back and take it all in. And
Oh my gosh, I didn't even
uh
think about that. Yes, you're right. This job involves being observant,
yeah,
and maybe I got that from you. Okay.
yeah, perhaps.
So, mom, when you assisted me on that wedding, what was it like? So this was basically during getting ready. I think there was a first look also. So did you feel that it was chaotic? Did you feel like everything was pretty well organized? It's been what, a couple years, so
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
been
if you
some years.
remember, yeah.
I do remember. Um, I remember mostly I remember the way you handled yourself, and I don't feel it was chaotic because you just seemed so in control. But then that happens over the years. You develop the confidence because the feedback, and then you become a more confident photographer.
Very true. Yes.
Yes.
It takes a while.
Oh, yeah, as in any profession. But then I was at ease because you were at ease. I think, the main person being the photographer sets the mode for everyone. If you're calm, the others will be calm also. I was calm, and I just knew I had to, get out of my mom mode and be the assistant photographer,
Oh,
and
yeah, because
you
I
made
was
me
bossing you around. It was the other way
okay.
around.
No, but it was a good experience. It was a good experience because I know that all I had to do was pretty much carry out the duties that you assigned to me, which, to be honest, I thought you were really easy on me. I thought you were gonna be so much harder. Rush here, rush there. No, but you were calm. And so I remained calm also.
Yeah. You know, I've been told that even under a stressful moment at a wedding, one of my second shooters told me that I my smile tends to get even bigger. So I thank God that that's how I react when I'm under stress. I just like
Good.
have a wider smile.
Oh
Um,
my god.
I actually heard one photographer said she had to let a second shooter or not, she didn't hire this person again because you could see the stress on his face.
It's contagious. Whatever you put out there is what it's gonna flow to the other people also. And not that I've ever been with, any other photographers, of course, but I could just imagine. That's like when you're in court, it's the same thing. The judge sets the mode. If you have a harsh judge, everyone's all, in an uproar. But if you have a calm judge, then it extends to everyone else too. Same thing with the photographer.
Yeah, I guess in any kind of workplace,
Sure.
the person, manager, boss, and that's basically what a photographer is on a wedding day. You know, you are managing a team. As a photographer, you're the one who's leading the way because the videographer is following you after you're directing. Sometimes they'll, say, let's do this again. I need more movement. But yes, as a photographer, I'm kind of in charge. So,
Right.
yeah, I guess that's applicable to so many.
Professions,
Yeah.
right. But I enjoyed it. And I'm ready to do it again, especially if it's a destination wedding, I'm ready. I'm
Oh, yeah.
I'm retired, I'm ready to go.
Mom, I think it's so cute that you've always wanted to help me, and I know you love weddings just as much as I do.
I do.
So maybe now that you're retired, I'll have time to train you.
Huh?
And you know what? I think you could do it because not only do you have the photographer's eye, but you have the energy still.
I do.
And it's
Thank
because
God.
yeah, and I know it's because you work out. You
Yeah,
do your Zumba.
every day,
I
and then the weights and bands.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
See, the weights are really when you're carrying this heavy equipment all day, weightlifting is very important, and then the cardio for the stamina.
sure.
And I often wonder, like, can I still do this into my 50s? Like, I love this career so much. Can I still do it when I'm older? And I really do think I can if I keep working out and eating healthy, just making sure I'm strong. Um, and to be honest, I don't even feel the fatigue until I sit down to eat dinner.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's when
like
it all
6
hits you.
hours later,
Yeah,
but then I get energy again from the music because you know how much I love music and love to dance. So you too, huh?
me too.
You've really been my number one supporter since day one, and I just have to tell you how much I appreciate that. You're the first person I mean, besides my husband now, you're the first person I run to and tell about what cool project I just did. Look who I photographed, and, look what publication I'm in because you've always been so excited and you want me to show you all the photos and everything. And I don't think that every kid gets the luxury of that, and so I just really appreciate it. And is that how you grew up? Did you have like super supportive parents?
They would always cheer me on. I did have that support. But as for my children, I've always wanted details. And when it comes to something completely separate from what is a profession and now going into something more like the arts, I guess you would call
Yeah,
photography as part of the arts,
definitely.
then I am even more interested because it's a whole new world for me too. And, you said I have a good eye. Well, I didn't know that, but I do know that when you give me details, I wanna know everything. When you tell me you have new equipment, I wanna know how it works, and you explain it to me. And when you tell me, "Look at this angle," and every once in a while, you'll say, "Which picture do you think I should select?" And I'll say, I analyze it, and I'm like, "This one." And then sometimes you'll go with what I suggest. But,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much, being a photographer definitely is your forte. I now know that, and I'm so proud of you, and especially the way you've progressed. And because you have to love what you're doing in order to progress. And that's something you've done. And I know you're continuing to do it because you go to these conferences, you are ever expanding your world to become a better photographer. And I think people need to know that if they're just stagnant, they're just happy with what they've accomplished and they're stagnant, then their photography skills are not going to put them out into receiving more clients because people become aware of what the new skills are, what the new versions are in photography, like black and white might be coming back or some
Yeah.
other things that you've mentioned to me. And if you don't continue expanding, let's say your educational aspect of photography, then you're going to be stagnant and people are going to go with those who have moved onward and upwards. My opinion.
No, that is exactly it, mom.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've
yes.
learned this all from you.
Oh, wow, you're listening and you're remembering.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I do tell you about, like, my perspective also. I just tell you everything about photography because I could literally talk about it all day. I love to talk shop, and, I think that's probably why I started this podcast. Now I can do it all day, every day. Well, okay, no, it's just once a week, but you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, that is very, very true. You really should have a passion, and I've noticed it's been a little bit slower this year and last year, and I even know a couple photographers who have basically had to go back to a corporate job because they have 0 weddings booked, and all of a sudden things have changed, and you I think you do have to put a little more effort into it, and the learning never stops, you know? There's always new equipment coming out, new technology that you need to keep up with, and you kind of alluded to the newest trends. That's what you
Yeah,
were.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, yeah, and, it's a business that you own, so you need to be apprised of all of the newest tax laws, just so much, and really, I don't know what's easier, a 9 to 5 or you're owning your business. Sometimes they say you left your 9 to 5 to work 24/7, but for me, it doesn't feel like work. Another way in which I think you've inspired me is my love of travel. I would say that's my most favorite hobby, if you can put it that way. I would rather spend money on traveling than, like, a new purse, you know? And, I love that I get to combine my 2 passions. And so that love of travel started with you. I've been on a plane since I was, like, 1, right?
Right.
And I know that you want to travel with me. You are actually going to be joining me in Germany next summer.
Woohoo! Yes, I am.
I have a destination wedding, and that's gonna be with my fellow photographer friend, Nikki. We're gonna be shooting it together, and maybe we'll have you as a 3rd shooter. I know you want to. I just need to take the time to train you a bit.
Please do.
But yeah. So, I know that I'm going to always want to travel, and my goal is to do more destination weddings. And what sparked that interest in travel in you?
I I know I took my first trip abroad with, a younger cousin that was organized by her mother, and, so we traveled to Europe on our own with one of those groups, travel groups, and ever since then, once we got back 3 weeks later, I said, "When I turn 25, I'll be getting married, but before 25, I will have traveled to South America," and I already had plans of travel, but that's what set off my, being a travel bug.
Oh, having the taste of
Yeah.
that trip,
Oh, yeah.
going to Europe. I mean, Europe is my
Absolutely.
favorite place to go to. I still have yet to go to Asia, and I'm very jealous you're about to leave for what, Thailand and
Singapore, Malaysia. Yeah,
yeah.
this in a few weeks, yes.
And you know what? I'm so proud of you that you've actually traveled by yourself a couple times, right?
I traveled once by
Okay.
myself, and it was a 16-day cruise, South America. I finally went to South America, finally on my own, and it was great. I think, when you travel and as a photographer, it, opens up your eyes to different scenes, different, venues. If you check out the different places, it opens your eyes as to the shadows that are cast and what you would do with that if you had a couple there. And I think destination weddings are fabulous because, especially if you've already traveled,
Yeah,
then you pretty much know what to expect in a different country.
that's a great point.
I really do. And the fact that you now, oh, well, all my kids now have the travel bug in them. As a matter of fact, our half our family is gone right now. And
Yep, they're in Mexico. I have no one to hang out with. I'm just kidding. I still have the kids and the husband, but yeah, I'm already feeling a little FOMO because I was supposed to go on the trip and not last minute, but like, somewhat last minute. I was like, no, it's going to be too much because, I'm going to Mexico next month for a conference. So, but yeah, if too much time has gone by, I like need to book a trip.
oh,
So,
yeah.
and if it has to do with photography, even better.
Oh, of course. That just opens up your, likelihood of receiving clients that can see that you do travel, that you're accustomed to traveling, and everything would be a little more ease for them knowing that you know what you're doing, you know how to travel, and you won't have a problem getting there. And,
Exactly,
you
and
have, right? You've done a destination wedding,
yeah,
more than one,
just did I'd say, what, 4 months ago, I did a wedding in Maui, and that was beautiful.
and I didn't get to go.
I know. Okay, well, I'll start incorporating you more.
Okay, thank you.
But, yeah, you know what? I just realized something that my really wanting to do more destination weddings is part of a bigger overall like need and want to shoot at different places. So I've actually never been part of a preferred vendor list at a venue by design. I don't want to be shooting at the same place too often. Part of what sparks my passion is seeing different places and different backdrops, and I think that's definitely part of why I love traveling. And not only that, but the different cultures. And I love, thank you for raising me in Southern California because I love the diversity that we have here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I've been able to capture different cultural weddings
Yeah.
and I just love it so much.
I love it too. I love your pictures. I love everything that you post.
Yeah, it gives more variety, right? You're seeing different fashion, um, uh, different ways that ceremonies are done.
Right. And then people, prospective clients will see that you are accustomed. I think that helps you out a lot too.
Yeah, because I've already done a wedding of their culture, and I know, what the traditions are.
Right.
So yeah, it definitely is helpful. And a lot of educators in this realm say you've got to niche down and be maybe just outdoor weddings like Montana style weddings, or the fancy ballroom weddings. And I don't know, it's really hard for me because I like all types of looks and, like I said, cultures, and they're going to have a whole different style from one wedding to the other.
Yeah. And I'm sure you probably do a little bit of homework before you accept a wedding like that? Or once you do accept, I'm sure you do a little homework as to what's expected
Oh, yeah.
or what you're gonna be facing when you get to, something that's so different,
Yes,
like,
so
something like from India or
I
s
was just gonna say,
right?
my first South Asian wedding, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and I wanted to make sure I knew everything, but also, the videographers were very helpful because they had
Oh,
already
good.
filmed many, and so they were like, "Now this is what's gonna happen," so I really appreciated them, and yeah, it's just so much fun.
You're ready.
And my daughter, Lucia, she's already wanting to also my whole family just wants to join in on the wedding fun. She actually assisted me, we did a proposal, but it was a lot of times I'll have 2 photographers doing a proposal so we don't miss anything, we get different angles, but, they just wanted 1 photographer and a content creator, and I said, "Oh, my daughter's pretty good with content creation on her cell phone," which is, you basically just use a phone for
Wow.
yeah, and she did a great job. They were
Okay.
very happy with the footage that she got on video.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's
So
great.
maybe this is gonna become a family affair. Something I also really appreciate is that you never pressured me to have straight A's, to go into this certain career, and I kinda went to a very academic school, as you know, where a lot of my friends did have parents who had high expectations for them. And you and my dad were you just let us kids do it our way, and we still really cared about school and grades
Yes, you did.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I love that you had a little bit more of a hands-off approach. Of course, you guys talked to us about higher education
right.
and what that could do for us.
I guess because of the way I grew up, everyone in my generation, it was either they wanted further education or even the girls that were very bright would say, "Oh, I can't wait to, graduate, get married, and have babies." And I always wanted to set myself apart. I didn't wanna be that type of person. I wanted further education. So when I had children, it wasn't a question if they were gonna be educated. It was like, where are you gonna go? What university are you gonna select? What profession are you gonna, go after? So pretty much it was me not wanting to be that old-fashioned type where it was just, I wanna just get married and have babies.
Yeah.
I went ahead and, finished my court reporting, got my certificate from the state, and then I got married and had babies.
I mean, you were still young
Yeah, I
when
was
you
young.
but yeah, I almost forgot that that kinda was the way things were done, and I'm glad that things have evolved. So I remember that you were always worried about me having a boss and how sensitive I always have been, and that I probably shouldn't have a boss ever, and I kinda didn't, right? With the court reporting,
Right.
I was self-employed. With my business now, I answer to only me.
Mhm.
But what did you observe in me in the way I handled pressure or responsibility, before and now?
The way you handle pressure, I kinda think you've always handled pressure pretty well, even from the get-go, because you were one person that of my 3 kids that you weren't just satisfied with doing one job or just studying and then doing nothing more. You would be studying in college and then you would take on one job here and then a little job there. You as for handling pressure, I guess you put the pressure on yourself, but you handled it inwardly. And
That's so true. Like,
yeah,
I don't know why I've always well, first of all, I've always loved working.
yeah,
I don't know why.
more than myself.
Yeah, yeah, I'm like my dad a little
Yeah,
more,
I
and
think so.
yeah, this hardcore work ethic, and, sometimes I'm like, "Gosh, can't I relax?" But, yes, so I remember, like, I did different things while
Yeah,
working as a court reporter, freelancing. I would also do I did acting for a
yeah.
while, so that was something creative, although
Yeah, it was, and your little films that they were actually, televised.
Yeah, I remember a commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit embarrassed about it though.
No, they were good.
Yeah,
They
I
were
guess
good.
I guess everyone gets a little doesn't like watching themselves on the camera, but here I am doing it again.
Podcasting.
Podcasting, and
Yeah.
this is going to be on YouTube also.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. Well, mom, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to thank you not just for being on this podcast, but for always supporting me long before this ever became a business. This conversation felt like a full circle moment for me. And I really hope it reminds anyone listening that sometimes the path makes sense only in hindsight. So thank you for sitting with me in this reflection. Any last words you would like to say?
No, except that I'm proud of you and I'm glad you're continuing this profession and it just totally goes with your lifestyle too.
Yes, I agree. And I love it so much. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks again.
Thank you.